Welcome everybody to the Reflection Show. My name is Ramsey Rizard and I'm your host on the show, and I'm so excited because in this side of this mirror, we're getting ready to hear a profound story, but also we're talking about his debut album, 369. The one and only, all the way representing Jamaica, Jahdon! What's up, Jahdon?
Enough respect, Mr. Ramses.
Jahdon. Man, you are a blessing in disguise.
Thanks.
You come into the studio, your heart, I can already feel it. The conversations we had behind the scenes was just impeccable. You know, to talk about who you are, for those who are watching, they don't know who is Jahdon. I mean, they hear Congo Bongo, they hear Impress, they're getting ready to hear the new song, Humble. They're getting ready to hear all these new things that you're getting ready to drop into their life. Who is Jahdon?
Greetings, world. We're here in the mirror. Yes, in the mirror show. Ramses, you know that question, who is Jahdon? Been hearing it a lot, like who is Jahdon? Jahdon is a Rastafari youth who do reggae music, conscious music, rebel music. Jahdon, I see myself as a poet. I see myself as a storyteller. You know what I mean? It's like I can't even, like every day I learn Jahdon even more, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because Jahdon is life, Jahdon is everything around it. You know what I mean? And still at the same time Jahdon is nothing.
But there was,
You know what I mean?
but there was a story, Jahdon, that somebody had to share with you as a little boy that made you find hope in the midst of life, and that's leading you into this moment as a songwriter, as a producer. Of course, you're going to be an author because I know your book is coming out. But what was one story that you could remember as a young boy that led you to who Jahdon is today that you hold on to?
One story. I mean, life itself teaches, you know, so it's like, I don't have one story, it's like a many story, like so much story, like to talk all of them, it very impossible, but I mean, like even today coming up, getting here, it's like, we're leaving from Port St. Lucie to come here, you know what I mean, and rain from last night, like rain been falling, like place flooding out, like all of these things, you know what I mean, but nothing could stop nothing could stop the team from being here today, you know what I mean, so it's like, for Jahdon is just persistent, you know what I mean, it's just keep going, like whenever I feel like I can't go no more, that's when I tell myself, say, I need to go, you know what I mean, because sometimes, one of my brother named Logo, bless up yourself, Logo anyway there right now. One of my brother tell me that it's like I will never you'd reach too near the finish line for for you to say you're not doing this anymore. It's if you gonna turn back, you're going back yourself, you know what I mean? So I have people around I where really see what I'm doing. That somewhat makes sense.
So they push you.
Yeah,
so they push you, they motivate you.
You know what I mean? So it's like life overall motivate I and I, you know what I mean? I'm a youth coming from the ghetto, people call it, you know what I mean? And I don't see myself I see ghetto as a state of mind too, you know what I mean? So it's like life itself shape I and I.
Yeah.
It's not just a one story, you know, it's just life itself.
So pretty much every life experiences has shaped you into the artist that you are, into the songwriter that you are, into the very being of who Jahdon is.
Yes, sir.
And Jahdon, you know, we were talking earlier about, you know, your music. You know, we're gonna get a little bit more in depth with your new album that came out in February this year, 369. We're gonna get more in depth with that, but I just want to scratch the surface a little bit to talk about just as a songwriter. You know, when you look at your life experiences, what is the end goal to why you write what you write?
Well, simple. One of my, not saying even end goal, but one of my goals still is to do music where every border, like everyone can listen to. You know what I mean? Even the Christian. Because I'm a Rastafari. So you know what I mean? I'm a person who love music. So you maybe not see me in the church, say I'm going to church, but I will hear the church music playing, and I'm out there dancing. Because I love
how you dance, Jahdon? How you dance? That's how you dance, Jahdon?
Well, I make the music play.
I will pay $1 million to see how Jahdon dance.
I don't know, they're good. You know what I mean? So, I mean, music.
Yeah.
Music overall is like, it connect to I and I, you know what I mean? So, I want to do music where, when my youth come to this life, I don't have to play a CD and I'm like, skip that one day because my son or my daughter they are listening to it, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
That's big. Because, you know, we always talk about the difference between the music back in the early 90s. Well, I'm an 88 baby, I'm in the 80s. But that music had a message, you know, and it really, and you and I was talking behind the scenes about how Impress was really one of my favorite songs because it softens the heart of a man and it teaches them to embrace the queen, embrace that woman that you have and value her. And your message is really on that path of what was given to us back in the 90s. You know, it had a message, there was a solution to a problem, and that's what really made it like so fire. So when you look at this, like, what is one thing that you saw growing up that led you to be a great writer to write this album?
I say I don't think it's just one thing, you know. It's just like if I'm gonna choose just one thing, life. Cause life have all the ingredients, like you know what I mean. So
hold on, say that again. Life has what?
All the ingredients.
Life has all the ingredients. Because I don't think people understand that, Jahdon. You just said something that is worth more than money. Life has all the ingredients.
Not sure.
So how do you cook your meal with these great ingredients that you have?
Just be creative.
Be creative. And that's how this album came about. So let's talk about 369. You know, it has a little bit of everything that we're dealing with today in time. From George Floyd being murdered to where the ghetto is our mindset and we haven't really been delivered from that place. The oppression of the history that is still on our back, but yet the hope in your sound, which is so unique. And you know, when I was reading a little bit about you and I saw that your vibrato tone came from a John Holt and an Alton Ellis, you know, that's a very unique thing because, you know, it shows the history between the two, but then it also shows a relationship between the two. And for you to take this path and to release an album with such an intentional time as this, what was the beginning of you even getting there?
You know, honestly, it was intentional, yeah, in some way, but doing an album like this, like at 3, 6, 9, I see 3, 6, and 9 as spiritual numbers that connect everything together.
Talk to me.
You know what I mean?
Come on, you can preach. You may not go in that church, but you can preach right here. We want to hear the 3, 6, 9. Connect us. Oh, did you feel that, Jahdon? Connect us.
Yeah, it does connect everything together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of the things that really catch me, like really give me the sparks to really pay attention to 3, 6, and 9 is like I was researching. Like we all do, you know what I mean? Just naturally, just a whole vibe. And I realized that the multiple of 3, 6, and 9, when reduced to a singular digit, it will always become back 3, 6, and 9.
Hold on, Jahdon. Did you just really throw math in the picture? I thought you was a songwriter. I did not know you was a math teacher, but this is, no, keep going. Because this is good, Jahdon. This is good. Hold on, because I didn't know now. I passed geometry class.
Not like we all are life teacher, not even a maths teacher. Like maths is the first language, you know. So it's like English, Spanish, all these languages are no language, you know. It's one language you speak and it's maths. We all know that 1 and 2. Everybody knows that 1 plus 2 is 3. Like whoever show up with that and 2 you're Chinese or 2 you're black man or 2 you're gonna say something different. You're gonna say you're 3.
Yeah.
You understand in your way, but it's still 3.
Yes.
So like numbers don't lie.
True.
And every word is a number. You know what I mean? Even the camera, they have it within the lens, you know what I mean? So I can say within time. You got 60 seconds for 1 minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I see 9 as the highest number. Because every number that they say higher than 9, you have to add 1 to it. Add something to it. 10 is 1, you know. 10 is 0, don't hold nothing, you know.
It doesn't hold anything.
Yeah, so it's like 3, 6, and 9 is the spiritual connection to every single thing on this planet. And I was in that frame of mind, like, how can I connect even myself to certain things? Because within life, and none of us is perfect. You know what I mean? So I was just meditating, like, how can I get these physical things to come in one? You know what I mean? And I realized that I can't change the physical by working at the physical. I have to change it by working somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I realized that somewhere else is the spiritual side of myself, you know what I mean? And yourself likewise, you know what I mean? The only way to make that connection, you have to go spiritual.
So you just said something that key.
physical.
You can't change the physical
Yeah.
by looking at the physical.
No, you gotta go spiritual. And that's where I get the name 3, 6, and 9, because I really want to come with something that spiritual. And I see myself first as a messenger, like I do message music. Even though I talk about my life, I still come with a story where when you hear that story, it's still gonna paint a picture for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I see myself doing message music and doing this album, 369. So the songs are on it. You don't have just reggae music. You don't have just dancehall. It's like a mix of everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the main goal is message, positive message. And you know what powerful? 3, 6, and 9 is more, that's why I say life is one of the greatest teachers, because I never really know this when I was doing it. Like, I know that 3, 6, and 9 are spiritual numbers. I know all of these things. But I never know, say, humble did I go connect like, oh, it connecting now. I never know a riot did I go happen like right now. All of these things that I'm saying is like, you know what I mean? So it's like, we have to go. I realize that the songs are going spiritual. So all of these things have to happen.
Yeah, but you know what? It just teaches me, learning about you, that you are a very intentional person. You know, even with your words and how you deal with people. You know, even when you walked into the studio today and you were intentional to be side by side with me and get to know who I am, to understand, like, you know, as far as my personality. You're very intentional, and I think most people today are not being intentional about, you know, just life in general. Because of course you do go through life experiences. Of course you deal with a lot of things in life, but you also have to be intentional. And that's what I think I love about, you know, listening to this album, is the fact that in every song, you are very intentional.
Yeah.
And it shows that you've been to the place of intentionality, because it is shifting what's getting ready to happen, because we are in a time that seems chaotic. We are in a season that feels like it is a season of famine. We are in a season where it feels like we're all alone. But here comes Jahdon. Here comes the one that makes the unique brooms. Here comes the one that fly in and say, look ya now. Here comes the most unique singer, songwriter, producer, who gives us a message of hope. And that reminds me and takes me back to those times of Bob Marley. How his message had such an impact on no matter what culture. No matter what culture, whether you were green, purple, or blue, he made sure that your blood was seen as equal, and it had a message. And that's what I see in this new age.
What is music without a message, though?
I know what it is. It's a car without gas. You can't go nowhere.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like, in Jamaica, we have a saying for it, like we say, wriggle is music, because it's like something that you chop in your mouth, and for a couple seconds, and it's sweet, and it's just gone. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta spit it out and want the next one. So, I mean, as I said, Bob Marley, the Peter Tosh, all of these great, not only just reggae music, but a lot of great storytellers that help me as a person, you know what I mean? So that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? I want to help people from, like, how powerful could it be if I could help a one and I don't even know him, but him just hear my song and
you feel close to him.
You know what I mean? Because I have that done to me so much time, even right now. Like right now, I hear songs where I will in a little vibes and I have to go listen to a song like it would bring me back and I don't know that artist, you know what I mean? So I want to do these things. Why not doing something great?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why not be the greatest that we can be? Because every one of us are the greatest. Like every one of us are the greatest. But
and I truly do believe we all have a level of responsibility for the greatness that's been given to our lives. And that's why you have to take time to invest into what you do. Be serious about it. You know the circle of influence that changes the way you think, because that can delay your purpose and what you're called to do. But you know, Jahdon, one thing I remember seeing 2 years ago when you dropped Congo Bongo, and the beginning of the video is like you said something. You walked and you started screaming, "Broom, and talking about you want the broom." And I was like, yo, let me check out this video, because your video just reminds me of a movie. You're getting ready to watch a movie.
Well, you better look out.
Come on, looking now, you better look out. But it just reminds me, so tell me a little bit about Congo Bongo. I mean, you released it 2 years ago, and it's doing...
Not even 2, but 3 years ago.
3 years? It's already? Okay, you gotta excuse me, I'm bald too.
No.
So you got hair, so you hold a lot more memory. But as it's growing a lot on YouTube, a lot of people are discovering this song. What inspired you to write this song, Congo Bongo? Because we're gonna get ready to go on commercial break, and we're gonna play this music video so the world can see it. Tell us a little bit about that.
Probably when I said life, it sounded a little vague, like, because... But I mean, simple. I was in a relationship with a empress, a lady, where she don't see herself talking to a Rastaman. You know what I mean? She see Rastaman, just like even me as a youth growing, I see a Rastaman as black art. I used to call Rastaman black art in Jamaica. Like it, you know what I mean? Because it is all the things that we learn growing, you know what I mean? You learn that rice and flour is good, but when you grow up, you realize it's not good. So it's like growing, doing all of these things, not knowing, growing now, start to heights and find out that I'm a Rasta before I even know it, because we all are Rastafari, but I start living the live now. Empress says she never see herself talking to a Rastafari. So it's like that energy, when she get to know me, she love me. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's the same Rasta this, you know, like where you never see yourself with. But as I say, it's a stigma where built within the system. It's like a black and white thing. You understand what I say? Like, if we think that black people get in fight, check Rastafari people. So, yeah, you're black, you know, you're black, you get fighters, but Rastafari is a different fight, me I tell you, you know. So it's like within society, it is a stigma against even, that's why even right now, you see most ladies, every woman want a Rasta man can realize it's not what women think. And I see, I'm not trying to say Rasta, because I don't define who is a Rasta person either, but a Rastafari is a way of life. You know what I mean?
I thought because y'all had long hair. I didn't consider myself a Rasta because I ain't got long hair.
That's what I'm going to know. That is a jet. For me, that is a jet.
Yeah.
That's a locks. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Rastafari is a way of life, or you eat, or you live, or you want to call it prayer, meditation, anything. Or it's all you do things. It's a principle, you know what I mean? So,
and it's how you get in the water, because in the music video, you got in the water and the water just hit your head, you know. I thought you was doing a shampoo commercial in the water, but I was like, look at Jahdon. I was like, wow. I was like,
that was just natural, you know, that was just putting that script together.
Every since I saw your video, I said, Lord, if I can have hair like Jahdon, I'm telling you, my wife would just love me even more. She'll love me to the next level, I'm telling you. But I mean, for you to use the word Congo Bongo, what does Congo Bongo means? Because when I hear it, I think of, you know, I'm Haitian American, and when I hear Congo Bongo, I think of an instrument that brings a unique sound.
All right. That is one of the things. That's a Congo. You have a Congo job.
Right.
But you have a place in Africa called Congo. You know what I mean? Like, I think it is a Asian tongue, like an African Congo. This Congo is like come from our ancestors, African, you know what I mean? So in Jamaica, when you see a man say a ras, and him just left him here and he just Congo it like we call it Congo. He just in one, nothing sister like pretty up nor nothing. It's like he stay, make it stay, like he just Congo, you know. So that's where I get my Congo bongo concept from. You know what I mean? Congo bongo.
I love that, man. I love the way through your lens you adjust your perspective or your perception on what is going to bring value to not only just releasing a music or a message, but you're awakening people to look at a chair and imagine yourself and use that to tell a message. Look at an instrument, look at an history, attach yourself to it and find yourself in between.
No, but that's what everybody do. We don't say it, but they're doing it. Just like right now, I put a CD right on the top of the broom.
You sure did. You
I'm
right
telling them, because I want you to all to see it. I put a CD right at the top of the broom. And you know why? Because you have like even the car company, all of these TV company.
Yeah.
They showing all of these commercial. Sometimes I'm not even watching them. But I notice myself talking about, I know what I'm gonna say after.
Wow.
So it's like these things they put in your consciousness, not even know it, like put it in places. You know what I mean?
So it's a
like,
marketing idea.
Yeah. So it's much more than even marketing. We have to start do that consciously.
Yeah. Be more intentional.
Yes,
make people more aware.
Aware, you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
It's just life, coming to life again.
Well, we're gonna take a short commercial break, guys. Y'all getting ready to experience this Congo Bongo that was released 3 years ago by Jahdon, but trust me, it is so relevant in time because of the message behind it. So check out this music video. We'll be right back.
Congo Bongo by Jahdon. Look at now.
Lesson, Empress.
How much for a broom?
$200, but $150 for you.
Why 150 for me?
Jah, no, it's just the way you're nice.
It's not a buck.
How much of them I want, Empress?
2, a yard broom and a house broom.
$200 for my feet, as I'm saying, about $150 for you. Just the way you're nice, me just cut off something off for the price, you know what I mean?
Put them in the back.
Jahdon, Empress. You know say the love for the Rasta youth have for your Ellis. Better never know. I look ya now, I look ya. Hey. You never know you woulda love the Congo Bongo. You never know you woulda love the 4i. From the day she link with Jahdon, she said she love her Rastafari. You never know you woulda love the Congo Bongo. You never know you woulda love the 4i. From the day she link with Iman, she said she love her Rastafari. She tell me she like everything she see in her Iman. She want every second out of me time, and she woulda give me anything, although she no mind man. And despise of me give her, she have a mind pan. So me take her to the river, dash away the bad pan. Inna the hills, figure links, brain, bubble man. Him have the herbs and the wine for we meditation. Good loving, it you and we hate pan. You never know you woulda love the Congo Bongo. You never know you woulda love the 4i. From the day she link with Jahdon, she said she love her Rastafari. You never know you woulda love the Congo Bongo. You never know you woulda love the 4i. From the day she link with Iman, she said she love her Rastafari. She tell me, I say she love Rastafari, and she tell I say she have something far. I know for them can't believe a Congo Bongo have a rope and a squeeze. All of a sudden she no wanna red meat, strictly itals true or some greens. She a tell I about the coconut with the bean. I say anything
anytime no. She a come pa me scheme. Hey, she never know you woulda love the conga bonga. You never know you woulda love the foreign. From the day she link with Jahdon, she said she love her Rastafari. You never know you woulda love the conga bonga. You never know you woulda love the foreign. From the day she link with Iman, she said she love her Rastafari. You never know you woulda love the conga bonga. You never know you woulda love the foreign. From the day she link with Jahdon, the conga bonga now.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Did I not tell y'all, Congo Bongo was the real deal? If you haven't told your friend about that song, well, you better go back, click share, like, and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Because that's not the only song on there too. He have Impressed too. That's one of my favorite songs. I done told y'all about it, but I'm not gonna give it to you on this show today. I just want to make sure y'all get a little taste on what's happening on his new album, 369. You hear what I'm saying? So it is so amazing just sometimes to sit in the chair with an artist and to hear the inspiration behind their story. And as you know on the Reflection Show, you never go to the mirror scripted. You always go unscripted. Our life is an unscripted moment that is scripted by the life experiences we go through. And it is a beautiful thing and a beautiful journey that we are able to experience these things. And today I'm able to experience a wonderful journey of the one and only Jahdon. Jahdon, I'm pretty sure they love that the song Congo Bongo, but there's more to you than just that song. You know, that was just a little taste of them seeing what you bring to the table as a new artist that not only grown into the industry, but you're doing Caribbean festivals, you're doing radio shows, you're doing TV networks, you're traveling from Jamaica here, you're all over the place, and you've been growing within the last three and a half years. I mean,
Been growing from my mother push me out.
I mean, yeah, we all know that. We know the gift has been established ever since you were born. But your labor in the eyes of society has come into the light within that certain time frame. And I want to talk about this wonderful CD here, Jahdon 369. You know, I mean, you have, let's talk a little bit about, you know, just a little synopsis, a little snippet of what each song, the story behind it. So the first song you have, Time to Advance. Tell me a little bit about that.
Alright, Time to Advance, produced by Breddaz Music. Breddaz, we call him Tete, is a youth from my community in Jamaica called Canaan Heights.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's where I grew up. Breddaz now live in America. Breddaz was a youth, we used to dance, we all used to dance. Not even me used to dance, them used to dance.
Right.
And I was the singer. Within the group, so it's like you have a dancing group. From the dancing group you have singer, so it's like we create so much things happen there, you know what I mean?
Right.
From there we create a thing called Breddaz Fraternity. So it's like Tete come to America, seeing the dream that we have all have, and say, yo, you know, I want to build a studio. And he do him little thing, create him little thing, and been sending rhythm to me, like, you know what I mean? Not saying that I don't want to voice on the rhythm, but I'm a type of artist where me have to really feel it.
Right. That makes sense.
And it's been a while, Brian could send me the Time to Advance rhythm, the instrument, and it's like, I'm like, yeah. You finally reach what I really like, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
When I do the song, I'm like, yes, this song have to go on my album, you know what I mean? Because I mean, it's coming from the grassroots, like,
yeah.
And it's a really joy to see that, as I said, something what would I do from the get-go. I never see Breddaz as the producer,
wow.
But the drive him to, I want to be a part of this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to do something, you know what I mean? And now you out there producing Breddaz
Wow.
Music, big up yourself.
So Breddaz was the inspiration to Time to Advance.
Yeah.
And as we go down the line, we got Humble. You know, of course, everybody know what it means to humble, is to have a heart of humility.
All right,
You
Humble.
know, tell me a little bit about that.
Let me sing a little bit of Humble.
Okay, sing it.
Them find a way to take the shackle off we on. put it on my mind. They've been working black people for so long, still they left us behind. All of the wealth in the world come out of slavery, and all the monuments in the world built by my ancestor, and so me tell them to leave. Let my people be. I your fault if the lion them humble. You so I come to your humble, 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 humble. So I mean that what I say is like it speak everything, like the people been coming humble, like the people been begging, like doing everything, not fighting back. I'm glad the people in my rumble and all too. You know what I mean? So it's like humble is basically speaking all of that, like all of this we can see around here is built by our people, our generation, black people. You know what I mean? And we they have living like the dogs in it, you know what I mean? So something need to happen, like, and honestly, in this earth, if you try to kill a mosquito, I'm gonna bite you back. So I don't know why we as black people, I'm not saying that if we go out there, we go mash up nobody, nothing, and do all of these things, but a stand have to make, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like Humble is a song talking about that stand. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
I mean, I felt that. Like, if anybody did not feel that, I think you need to have a heart check. Because right when you got done saying, humble, 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 I was like, that is a moment of silence. Because you made me reflect. I don't know, let me tell you the image that was in my mind. And this is what I love about the reflection show. The stories cause you to sit back and to reflect on the journey of one person who faces the mirror. And you made me go back to the days of my mother working in the fields, picking up tomatoes to feed 6 kids for $4.25. You made me go back to the days where they were picking up cotton. You made me go back to that moment where,
like you can keep on going, you never stop.
You brought me to a place that I'm grateful for where I am in life. Because if it wasn't for the sacrifice of my mother and those who laid it down, then I would not be able to be as humble who I am that I ought to be because of that journey. That is powerful, Jahdon. You know what my prayer is for you? My prayer that this land would embrace the seed that has been placed in your heart, and that they will receive it, and it will bring healing upon the land of many who are still feeling the oppression of life.
Give thanks,
You see what I'm saying?
Give thanks.
Like, that is a beautiful thing. And I want to stop and tell you thank you for taking the time out to think of a generation before you and to pull a message that is so profound. Because this right here, now Time to Advance I was like, okay, this is it. But Humble, when you sung it live, it had more of a transparent impact.
And that was one of the things, you know, it's like, sometimes really with music, not even me, sometimes I hear a song and it take me a year, 2 years, even 3 years, even more than that, for really like hear what the artist said. But I love the song, I like the vibe, I like everything, you know what I mean? So I think if we really pay attention, really listen, it's like everything is right here, right in front of we. It's like, but we have to pay attention, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Because
man, that you know what? I gotta leave the rest for people to see. I'm gonna read you the names of the songs, but you gotta get it on your own. I don't want Jahdon to tell you all of the messages because it's your responsibility, and because he has put this out, now you are held accountable to listen to this album 369. He has Time to Advance, Humble. You got Split. You have We Grow. Truth. You have Congo Bongo. Congo Bongo.
We got Truth is the number 9. We have We Grow.
Okay.
And this Congo Bongo.
Congo Bongo.
You got Congo Bongo. Empress. I Got Love. bastard children, and
then
truth.
truth.
Is, it's
I
the number
forgot. I don't want
9.
to mess up the story. I forgot. You got to be very intentional. You're right. That's my apologies. I don't want to mess up.
No, we don't
that
mess
story.
up. No, we don't mess up.
But that you put that down for a reason.
Yeah.
And you know, even the look behind it, you know, this album, it just shows
It's
a lot.
mystical.
Yes,
You know?
it's not about you.
No.
It's about those who face the image of themselves
Not sure.
and that they can relate to it.
It never about we. It's like, how can we do this show for ourselves?
Right. You can't.
like honestly, like how can I do something for, like, yes, I do things for myself less because I have to please, like I have to feel pleased that everybody gonna love it. You understand what I say? But as a musician, I hear a musician say that his music is not for him, it's for the people. From him do it, it's not his anymore. You know what I mean? Like, so I want to do music for the people, you know what I mean, and not just for the people. It's supposed to uplift the people, benefit to the people, you know what I mean.
Yes.
So I give thanks to be heading in that direction, you know what I mean.
So that people can see and understand who Jahdon is.
Yeah, man.
And you know, Jahdon, there are people out there, you know, they're saying, what is one positive message you can share with that person who's on the other side of that mirror? What is one message that you can just give them, whether it's a quote, whether it's a story, but what is that one thing that you can share with them on the other side of that mirror?
That the truth don't need no defense. So in life, what I do, I be true to myself. Try to be true to yourself. Because honestly, when telling the next person a lie, you tell yourself the lie. You first tell the lie.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I just said? Telling a person a lie, you tell yourself first the lie. You have to believe it first. So you understand what I say? You know that it's a lie. And you tell the person that. So you first tell a lie. It's like, so you gotta be honest, you gotta be true to yourself. And that's where like my change start from, you know what I mean? Being honest.
And that's what I love about you, man. This is why, you know, I mean, we've been trying to get together till the last 2 years, and you know, but God knew the right timing where both of us mentally would be able to hold such a powerful conversation in such a sensitive time that we're dealing with in society for your music to be that staple to really help.
And I'm here right now. I'm here right now.
You're
like,
here.
It's not crazy. It's real.
Right.
But it's like I was thinking forward of it. Is like I was in February released my album. Look at it and I say, all right, I'm coming to Florida to do some promotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like never knowing about nothing. Nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like everything is already in. But Babylon is playing a game. This is already in, but Babylon is playing a game, you know what I mean? So when somebody losing, somebody is winning. So we as a people, we are no loser and we are no sellout either. But we have to make the right choice, you know what I mean? And the right choice is to know yourself. And when you know yourself, be honest to yourself. It's like you're gonna reach to the ultimate destination. You know what I mean? So the thing, it starts from, as I said, 369, the spiritual side of yourself to connect to that physical side. So it go back to self, you know, you have to do the work within
with a lot of
yourself.
self-care. Now what I do love about you, Jahdon, is you brought a unique broom on the show. And can you tell everyone how can they get to these unique brooms that you made that's right behind us, that you can see Jahdon makes these unique brooms and he gives them out. And I want you to experience it. I just want you to feel the culture that is in his heart when you hold this broom, because I felt special. I'm gonna go home and say, babe, I got you a new broom. Don't get mad, I got you a new broom. But Jahdon gave it to us. So how can people get to these unique broom and what's the meaning behind it?
All right, these brooms are for my fans, you know what I mean? It's memorabilia items, you know what I mean? Something to mark this time right now, you know what I mean? And also for I and I, people who know me, and if you don't, I come from a community in Jamaica that I would have said not a half of the community, but a lot of people within that community survive after making broom. You know what I mean? So I grow knowing how to build broom, going out there selling broom, all of these things, you know what I mean? So it's like coming to Florida in this crazy time within the quarantine, it's like nothing now go on, as we would say in Jamaica, nothing now go on, you know. So it's like I was just there. Every time that I come to Florida, I see the palm, you know what I mean. So it's like my neighbor was just cutting down some palms and throwing them out, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna build a broom for my brethren them, because I've been telling them that I can build the broom. So building it, the man them see it, the man them say, no, let's paint up this broom. Like I'll take a picture of it. All of my fans, I want a broom. So I was like, you know what, let's just build some broom for my fans.
And I love it, because that's what your fans would love to do. Jahdon,
so
you know,
I'm not cutting you, but this broom is, I'm not, as I said, it's for my fans, it's a memorabilia. So it's, all you have to do, if you're in the US and you want a broom from Jahdon, all you have to do is just pay for the shipping. And whatever you feel to contribute.
Yeah.
If you don't feel if you contribute nothing, you want to pay for the shipping and you want a broom, you get a broom, you know what I mean? So it's a way of not even say give back. I mean, I give nothing, it's connecting.
Right.
It's connecting. We're not giving nothing, you know.
And that's
we are connecting.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. Like, you know, we're gonna have that information at the bottom of the screen to how to get to the broom, how to connect to the culture of Jahdon, how to connect with his music, because, you know, we're grateful to have Jahdon on the show. And I'm grateful that he's here to.
Yeah, man, and it is built by me.
Yes.
Handmade.
His hands. You'll be able to feel everything with that broom. There's a platform that you can get more of Jahdon. You can check out Jahdon YouTube page. You can check him out on Facebook, Instagram at Jahdon369, Spotify. Listen, stream it. Stream it. Let's get the streaming numbers all the way up. Let's support him. You can email JahdonMusic@gmail.com. We'll have all the information down here for you. Go on iTunes.
Go on the website.
Download it.
Jahdon.
Break down the website.
Go on the website. Jahdon. You get it right there.
That's it. You check out Jahdon on the website.
Jahdon.com.
We'll have everything there to get connected with him. Jahdon, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm so grateful.
Likewise.
For how our journey has crossed paths, and it just was a remarkable experience here on the Reflection Show. And as I always say, you never go to the mirror scripted, but you always go unscripted. And remember, your experience.
Tell your man born for this Jah Noww. Jah Noww. So when they are chill in the mirror reflection show.
Reflection show. Your experience matter. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Thank you.